Hi, Brian Stecker here again, certified personal trainer and baby boomer fitness expert, where today I'm going to talk about a starting point that you can begin with to start doing pull-ups. All right, so this is our series on pull-ups. The reason I want to bring this video to you today is we're getting a lot of great comments over the last 2 years on the last pull-up video that we've done. Also working with a number of clients who've emailed me who, when watched the video, were inspired to do pull-ups. And then people who are at the gym or people I've worked with the last 15 years that wanted to do pull-ups. So this video, before you begin doing any pull-ups or any of these exercises, start by going back and doing the pull-up video, the warm-up video for pull-ups. You're going to want to save that video. You're going to want to watch it daily or possibly even do those warm-ups daily, so that way it can help you be effective at doing the pull-up, but also preventing those strain tears or pulls. All right, so this workout here is for somebody who's come to me who maybe hasn't worked out in a long period of time because they're busy with their career, they're busy with their family, or have not worked out at all. So maybe it's your first, you do this program for the first, for week 1 to probably about week 8. This is really designed to build up your stability and your conditioning to be able to get to pull-ups. So like we talked about in the earlier videos, doing pull-ups, you got to have a progression. So if you're just starting out, this is going to be a really great progression for you to start with to get to do pull-ups. All right, so the first exercise after we've warmed up is going to be called hangs. The reason why we're starting with the exercise here, it's the most demanding exercise. We always want to do the most demanding exercise first before going into the other exercises. So I've got myself a step here. I'm going to step off to the side of the step. You could have the step directly below you. But what the hangs are going to do, it's going to start working on developing that grip strength in your forearms and your hands. So simply enough, the goal of this is to be able to do 3 to 4 sets. You can assess your conditioning level, and then also with doing this, you want to make sure that the time frame you want to do it is 10 to 30 seconds. So starting off with this exercise, you're going to get yourself in a pull-up position like you do a normal pull-up. So your hands are going to go right outside shoulder width. Okay, and when you're hanging here, you're just going to step off the box. You got your grip, and you're going to hold. Notice how I'm doing it like a traditional pull-up. I'm keeping my feet together. I'm leaned slightly forward, and I'm just holding as tight as I can to that bar. And you're hanging here. With this exercise, sometimes there's a tendency for people to lose form. So they're dropping themselves down. They're putting their head forward. So you want to keep that rigidity in your posture here, so you're getting the full benefit of the exercise. So you're going to hold that from anywhere from 10 to 30 seconds, rest for 30 seconds to a minute, and then you're just going to go again right outside, hands outside shoulder width, feet together, leaning forward slightly, belly button drawn in, pulling up on the through the elbows slightly, and you're not dropping yourself down. All right, so that's your first exercise. We're going to go over here and we're going to do the next one. So the next exercise we're going to do is a lat pull down. Now, a lot of people might argue, like, if you want to get better at pull-ups, why don't you just do more pull-ups? Like I said, you want to have a progression to get yourself there. And, example, if I'm working with a female client who hasn't trained in 3 years, and this is an example of somebody that I have in my head, and they had to lose 50 pounds or 100 pounds. They don't have the stability. They don't have the conditioning. So these exercises here are building up that conditioning, but also helping them get to the point where they're losing that weight. And that also goes for a few male clients that I've worked with in the past that wanted to get right into pull-ups, but then they do a lot of damage to their shoulders because they're putting that excess strain on. So it's really important that we start building that conditioning up. So that's why I'm doing the lat pull down here versus just hopping right in to doing pull-ups. What we're going to do is we're going to grab right outside shoulder width like we would if we were doing a pull-up. The rep ranges we're using is 12 to 15, and you're gonna rest anywhere from 30 to 60 seconds. You wanna pick a weight that you're failing at right at 12 reps or at 15. If you feel you can only do 10 reps, you're doing way too much weight. But if you're in that like 16 to 18 reps and it's really easy, then you're gonna wanna increase your weight. So pay really close attention to that. You're gonna have a seat, rotate your chest tall. You're gonna pull through the elbows, breathe out, right down your clavicle, and then back up. Breathing out, back up. Doing those 12 to 15 reps. It's really important that you're controlling the tempo of this movement because that's where you're gonna get the benefit of the exercise. All right, next exercise you're gonna do when you finish here is your seated row. The thing that I like about the seated row is that it's gonna work your biceps and your mid-back, and you're gonna be needing your mid-back and your biceps in being able to complete a pull-up because those are the muscles incorporated into that. So you're gonna have a seat here. You're gonna grab, you can use a V handle, overhand handle, underhand, but your chest is tall, belly button's pulled in. You're gonna bring right through the belly button and back. Breathing out, and then back. Making sure you watch that tempo. So those are seated row. So the next exercise we're gonna do is a rope to neck. Why I like rope to neck, it's an external rotator exercise for the shoulders. It's gonna help build the conditioning and the stability in your shoulders. What you're gonna do is you're gonna take an overhand grip. Our chest is nice and tall. You're gonna pull through those elbows, breathe out, and then back. We're gonna do 12 to 15 repetitions. All right, the next two exercises we're gonna do are targeting our biceps and our forearms. In order to do a pull-up, you gotta be able to have some strength in your grip, so that's why you're working your forearms here, but also in the biceps. So first exercise we're gonna do is your barbell curl. Your chest is gonna be tall, shoulder blades back. You're gonna squeeze your triceps and initiate the move from your biceps up on a count of 1, and then back down on a count of 3. Breathing out, deep breath in. You're gonna do 12 to 15 repetitions, and then as soon as you finish with that, you can take yourself about a 30-second rest. And again, like we talked about earlier in the video, you wanna be picking a weight that on a scale of 1 to 10 is about a 7 or an 8. After you take your little break, about 20 to 30 seconds, you're gonna grab a hold of your dumbbells. Your palms are facing each other, and what you're gonna do, squeeze those triceps and fire up, down under control. Breathing out, deep breath in. All right, now what we're gonna do is a YIT. It's another great exercise bringing stability to those shoulders and conditioning the shoulders, which is gonna translate over really well later when you're going to the pull-up. All right, we're gonna lay stomach down. You're gonna have your thumbs up. You're gonna go Y, make a Y, I, and then a T. So you can sing the song YMCA, but there's no T in that, so. For the people at home, if you want a bad joke. All right, Y, I, and T. All right, you're gonna knock out 12 to 15 of those. So for the lat pull-downs and the seated rows, you're gonna do 4 rounds of that. For the barbell curls and hammer curls, you're gonna do 3 rounds of that, 3 rounds of that. And if you're gonna do the rope to neck and the YIT, you're gonna do three rounds of that. All right, so I hope you thoroughly enjoyed this. If you're wanting to do pull-ups and you ask me for the progression and you're just starting out in the gym, this is where I'd start. I can't emphasize enough that you need to follow a pull-up progression to get to the pull-ups. 1, it's gonna prevent those injuries, but 2, it's gonna start building the confidence for you to get there to do the pull-ups, and there's no better joy than that.